put it in mind that whatever I'm preparing to post, it may be liked or not liked.
We should not pile everything up. Do not pile anything up on yourself and finish yourself.
We have different facilities within Mombasa, within the Kenya, where people can always reach out.
Once you know you go through a problem, you always feel like you're alone.
Yeah.
And that plays with your mind, it triggers your mind.
2-3 days, you're not sleeping well for a whole week. It's a mental health. But people will be saying, silali vizuri.
Silali vizuri. I'm thinking that is not a mental health.
It's not a mental health.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
true.
we need also to understand these small symptoms and aspects and how to handle.
Sure. Hey, good people, welcome to Vibe Zero Talk Show. Tokieti show yetu ndio maana tuko on the top only. And once again, today we are very glad to commemorate World Mental Health Day. And I'm very glad to have my guest here at Vibe Zero Talk Show. Just before we start our talk today, I'll take this opportunity to welcome them and also allow them to introduce themselves, starting with this beautiful lady here.
Thank you so much. A very good morning. My name is Betty Mugwima, and mental health and psychosocial support and gender-based violence specialist working in the humanitarian world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Betty, for that good introduction.
My name is Khalid Ahmed. I'm a mental health youth advocate. I'm a champion of mental health, and I volunteer at different capacities, and I'm a future engineer. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's a good combination. That's a very good combination. Anyway, my guest, welcome to Vibe Zero Talk Show, guys. And today is all about mental health. As you all know that this is the month where we try to create awareness and also just commemorate the mental health awareness amongst our population. And so just to start with Betty, the psychologist, I hope I've mentioned it well. Psychologist.
Psychologist, MHPSS.
All those good names, yeah. Just trying to support the mental areas. So, what's your take to mental health today in our world today?
Okay, thank you, Justice. Before I answer your question, it's good to let the viewers understand what is mental health.
Yeah.
Because there is a big confusion when we talk about mental health.
Yeah.
Mental health, in a simple language, means when someone's body is not actually responding positively and accepting what is happening in the world. In this case, I mean, when someone is so stressed, I don't want to go deeper into the meaning of stress.
Yes.
When things are not working very well, we are affected psychologically. Psychology is all about the mind. So when our mind is not actually functioning so well, that is what we mean by mental health. I'm trying to simplify it. Yeah. So as you've asked me, in this world, there is a lot of mental health related issues. And these ones are based on the political aspect, the economical aspect, the spiritual aspect, and many others. When I talk of political, there could be instability. And at some point, there is stability, but things are not working very well for the common citizen or the common population. So in this case, the population is really affected, and their expectations have not been met. So this one creates a very big issue in terms of mental health. For example, our youths could be, expecting maybe the government would give them employment, and then after some time it's not working. That one creates a serious mental health to these people. Before I go deeper to that, maybe I can also explain for economical. There's a lot of economical inflations in terms of the prices of the goods, fuel, and all that. That one generally affects everybody. But you cannot also forget our young people because of their high expectations in life. Yeah, when they go to school, they have very high expectations. When I come out from school, I'll become a doctor, I'll become, all those sort of professions. But the expectations are pulled down by these economic issues, the political issues, spiritual. We have different beliefs, and we cannot avoid it. And when people come with their cultural beliefs and all that, it means they are also affected when their expectations are not met based on their culture. Yeah. And then generally, you find that there is this social life whereby
Mahepi.
mahappy, piga sherehe,
Friends, peer
friends,
pressure.
peer pressure. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
So let's hear from the advocate for mental health, especially to the young people. When young people talks about mental health, what comes in your mind?
Honestly, actually, first and foremost, thank you, Justus, for giving me this opportunity. My madam psychiatrist here has already opened up on the mental health meaning, which is such a beautiful thing. For me, what comes into my mind when I hear about mental health is the fact that when you want something but you don't have it, that is the aspect all around. You want money but you don't have it, so you're stressed, you start having anxiety, you become depressed. You have cancer, you want to get out of the body, you can't because you don't have money, or you don't have the resources or finances, or even SHA probably is not working, the government healthcare, so you become depressed.
Yes.
And mental health covers in many aspects, but I feel the most important aspect here are political, economic, and social. I think Madam has talked here about political and economic. Me, I'll major mostly on the social life. Social life on around family members, on around friends, environment, communities, and there's a modern one. There's a TFGBV, technology facilitated gender-based violence. This is what we face in our communities. Before, it was you face GBV around your communities and its environment. But now, even you post your picture on social media and you get negative comments. So this makes you feel stressed. And one of the most important ones here is from your own family, your own blood. This is usually the most hurting one. You face backlash, you face negative thoughts from your own family members, your parents or your siblings or your aunties or your uncles, because maybe you have a dream you want to get yourself into, but your family members are like, no, don't do this, don't do that. Maybe you want to become a diplomat or anything in your life, but you are forced to become a doctor or an engineer because that's a high-paying job.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes our parents should understand, maybe we're not there for the high-paying job. We're there to make ourselves happy. And that's the most important thing. And the thing I like about us youth is we're risk takers. We like to take risks. I understand once someone takes risks, there are positive outcomes and there are negative outcomes. But from our family members, they only see the negative outcomes because they're always like, what if you don't make it out in life? What if you don't do this, you don't do that? For me, honestly, I believe that God is the guarantee of my life and He has made my life beautiful. So that's the belief I have. So in case of anything I do in my life, I know there's someone up there who's going to watch over me.
Okay, let me ask you, Harry, what if maybe they have a different views, just the same way you've said that for them, maybe you have an expectation as a young person, you're seeing that is where your future belongs, and for them they see it a different way. How do you overcome that?
First and foremost, do not get yourself angry.
Okay.
That's the most important thing, because once you have the exchange with your parents, you become mad and then there's a clash between you and your parents. That's not a positive way to go about it. You sit down, calm yourself, breathe in. You can do the 5 breathing method or any other breathing technique that you know about that is going to make you calm. Sit with your parents, explain it to them. I understand some of our parents come from a world where it's different from our modern world.
Sure.
And they think that them telling you to do A, B, C, D is most important than whatever you want to do. But you sit down with them, you explain it to them. mommy, daddy, this is what I want to do. These are my expectations. These are my goals. But I usually feel like most of us youth, we generally want to really fight with our parents simply because it's like we feel like they're trying to diminish our dreams. But even we have to understand that the worlds we're coming in are so different.
And maybe just final one before I go to Madam here. What about peer-to-peer? Like, let's say, for example, going for happy, you see there are young people who have got maybe a lot of cash, or they're able to sustain their life, and you are a young person on this other side, you are not able to meet that expectation. How can you advise these young people so that they can really try to reduce that peer pressure to meet the expectation?
There is a Swahili proverb that says, mtu hujikuna ajipatapo. Mtu hujikuna ajipatapo. Like you'll scratch yourself where you get yourself.
Yes.
So always have in mind the background you're coming from. People are different in nature, in riches, in their worldly gain. So if you want to do happy, do it on your capacity. Because so if, let's say, your best friend or so-and-so is doing it to a point that maybe they're booking a whole hotel for a whole month, but you cannot be able to do that, do not follow into their path. Because you don't know how well they are prepared. Even if they book a hotel this month, then next month they can be probably booking another hotel. But for you, it's going to be difficult. So you always try and tell yourself, this is all about playing with your mind and telling your mind that, you know what, maybe for you taking an ice cream makes you feel happy. You can take an ice cream. An ice cream costs 50 bob or even 100 bob. You can take an ice cream for a whole month. And maybe that's where your expenditure comes from. So you should look where you fit in.
Yes, sure. Thank you very much for that. Maybe just moving to a different spheres. In terms of social media, people posting themselves, and they really get a lot of backlash, or they get a lot of criticism, and they even feel like committing suicide later. When you face those kind of challenges on the social platform, and the world is now changing, what advice or how can you help this kind of person?
Okay, thank you for that. When it comes to these social platforms, they have a lot of influence. Everybody is actually going digital, and they want also to shine.
True.
So when the backlash comes, my advice is, as my colleague here said, let's be ourselves. When I accept that I am Betty and this is my capacity, healing starts there. Whatever comes starts there, because it is a starting point to understand that when I'm shooting this video, it might be liked or disliked. So there are likes and dislikes, and whoever our viewers in the social media, there are people from different backgrounds. There are people from with different personalities. When the personality comes in, your likes and my likes are different at some point. Whatever I like might be your dislike. So I should not force you to like what I like.
True.
Yes, maybe you like taking ugali. I like taking potatoes. For example, I may not come in and say you have to take potatoes. You see, because I'm taking it. So whatever comes, people, our youth, our young people in the media should actually put it in mind that whatever I'm preparing to post, it may be liked or not liked, and be prepared for the outcome. Whenever you have that expectations, very high expectations, and sometimes they backfire, that's when we get the mental health. But whenever we are prepared, it may work and it may not work for us.
So you should have a strict expectation.
So you have a balance. Whether it works, I'm okay. It doesn't work, I will just sit back, relax, as he said, calm down and move on. Because you can breathe in. Breathe in, breathe out. And if it is too much, sometimes the pressure is too much, you cannot hold.
Yeah,
Look
the
for
pressure is
somebody.
getting worse.
It's very worse,
Yeah.
you know. It's always good
Mhm.
to look at the ways. You know, we always calm down in different ways. Somebody will just do loud music and they're okay. Somebody will look for someone, they're confident, talk to them, and they're like, oh, it's okay. Even so and so did it, and it had the same backlash. So do we still go there and die because in the name of it never worked for me? No, we just need to have an open mind whereby if it doesn't work, sit down, you know, rebuild yourself, take back the energy, go back to the drawing board,
Yes.
breathe in,
It's the end.
and they come out, and they
Yeah.
come out stronger. Because if you look at the musician, for example, how many have done music several times, 20 albums, 10 albums, but after so many years, the last one actually did hit very well, and they're like, why?
Yeah.
You see,
True.
it's just an example.
So you keep on trying.
Keep on trying, never give up, never give up in what you're doing. So mental health is quite interesting, and you know, people think that mental health issues are actually acquired, or they are mental health issues with people who are mad, who are crazy. But even a general common mwananchi like me and you and my friend here, we all suffer mental health at one point or the other in life. Why? When I'm so down, I feel sad. It's a symptom of mental health. Just normal sadness, which actually prolongs 2-3 days. You're not sleeping well for a whole week. It's a mental health. But people will be saying, silali vizuri.
Silali vizuri. I'm thinking that is not a mental
It's not
health.
a mental health.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
True.
we need also to understand these small symptoms and aspects and how to handle.
Sure. Maybe just going back to Khalid, young people, when we talk about mental health and they need help, where do they usually prefer, or when you go out there advocating for mental health, unasikia wanasema ni wapi wanapata hiyo huduma?
If I can take you a while back, before it used to be a difficult moment for youth to go and engage in mental health issues because of their cultural and environment they come from. Because from where they come from, it's often overlooked and it's taken as if they're going to be mad or wazimu short. And then people before us fought for seats where key population areas were opened in our facilities, in our dispensaries, or in government hospitals. All the levels, from level 2 to level 6. They're all areas where the key population, the youth, they go and they sit down and they have mental health psychologists and psychiatrists. And from the Mombasa Conference Youth Show we had, there's a significant increase, which is a good thing for the youth because it has been seen that 40 to 50% actually access mental health psychologists at friendly spaces in the hospitals. But if you look, let's give it a 45%. From 40 to 50, let's give it a 45. But if you look, there's still a bridge to be crossed. There's still 55%. Where do these 55% go? You see? So after the friendly spaces, there are safe spaces within either organizational or themselves youth, where they come, sit down at a space like probably such a garden, and then they sit down and talk about it, and then they heal each other. I think that is one of the most important things, because once someone goes to a space and then describes their problem and sees someone else describing, let's say, a major problem or a least problem, it doesn't matter the problem, but the thing comes here. Once you see someone else is going through something, you're like, someone else is going through such a problem too, so I'm not alone. Because once you go through a problem, you always feel like you're alone. And that plays with your mind, it triggers your mind. And as Madam had said here, acceptance is halfway through the solution. I always tell myself that once you accept you have a problem, you're halfway making the solution. Because the rest of the half is you coming down and sitting and looking for what to do. So friendly spaces, then we have organizational spaces, then we have peer-to-peer. Some people decide to heal themselves by either doing painting, gardening, listening to music, and many more other activities that someone feels. Some people even go out to an extent, they go to a hotel and just order many food they eat. And once they're full, they yes, unashiba, yes, unarudi nyumbani ukiwa umekuwa fiti. Or someone goes to anywhere, there's a fancy place or some loud music. You know, we youth, we like tunapenda sherehe sana.
Ama wasichana wanaenda kwa makeup.
Yeah, anajipaka makeup and I feel good and I be nice. Mwenye akitoka hapo anasema yes, now I feel good. Yeah. So those are the spaces where we mostly youth want to confine ourselves in.
So at least I'm learning something, and even those people are watching today, they can also try that.
Yes.
You can order food and for manicure, and maybe to reduce that stress or that mental issues in a certain percentage, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you very much. Maybe final word from Madam Psychologist for our viewers on issues on mental health going forward.
Yeah, thank you also for contributing, for your contribution, and actually focusing so much on the youth. The youths are the future nation.
Sure.
Without the youth, and a healthy nation needs a healthy youth. So it's always very good. You're doing a very recommendable job, making sure that our youths are actually well informed in terms of how to deal with their stress, the mental health, and also to understand that mental health cut across.
Sure.
Yes. And another thing, we cannot forget to echo this, that whenever we have a problem, drug abuse cannot be a solution.
True.
Actually, that one increases the whole problem. Because from the mental health now to alcoholism, to drug abuse and substance, name them, it cannot actually solve. It only give that person a comfort zone for like 2, 3, 4 hours.
Yes.
Whenever it goes out of the system, the same problems come back. So it's better to solve a problem than to subside the problem. So for me, my advice to the youth, to the entire population, it's always good to identify mental health as soon as possible and immediately get to treat them or manage them through referral pathway, as my colleague here has said. We have different facilities within Mombasa, within Kenya, where people can always reach out these services. And most of these services, especially with MSF, I believe they are free.
Free of charge.
Free of
There's
charge.
no payment.
No payment. And there is a follow-up, there is a referral. So you can imagine, instead of dying there of stress, every other time somebody is asking you, just as, for example, niache niko na stress, niko na ma-pressure.
Kazi imekuwa
mob. You know, that one is actually a sign that you need a place to go and calm down, breathe in, order food and eat.
True.
Yeah. So it's always good to identify. That is the baseline. If you identify and you are aware that I am not okay, that is the beginning of the journey. Don't wait until you have a pile of mental health. So, because they start with mild symptoms to severe and most severe symptoms. So before we get there, deal with the mild symptoms. A simple symptom, you're not sleeping well, you're not eating well, sometimes you eat too much, you feel like, before it gets even to feel like the life is so worthless. By the time somebody is talking of, I'm not worth in this world, actually it's a severe stage. So before we get there, please, let's always focus and try to identify these small issues related with mental health and work on them. Solve these problems. Let's not be the kind of people who keep things to ourselves. Our heart is so small. If we take a whole mental health issues, a whole problem and put it there, actually you are going to burst. And bursting actually means you are going to fall down and we may not be able to continue with our work. Yeah, and this one, when you have a lot of pressure in us, that's when we normally come out and try maybe to look for the drugs, for substances and all that. So what I can say with this mental health commemoration, let's turn round and start taking good care of ourselves. Self-care is not selfish. Take time. Yeah.
Start with you.
Yeah, it starts with you. Happiness is from within, not from without. If I'm, and then you spread to other people.
Exactly.
And with that, thank you so much also for welcoming me in this show. I feel honored, and I believe the messages that we have shared here, it will reach to our viewers, and it will also be of great importance in their life, and also a turning point. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Madam Betty. And now finally, Khalid, your young people are watching.
I'll say I want to correct what Madam Betty has said. We are the leaders of today. The youth are the leaders of today. Not tomorrow as such, but we are the leaders of today. And we have to take our life to a point where we can guard it and we can do what we want on a positive aspect.
Sure.
As Madam had said, we should not pile everything up. Do not pile everything up on yourself and finish yourself. Remember, we have a full of your age to conquer things that are going to come in the future that we don't know about. So do not pile anything up in you. And let us make sure that we use these friendly spaces, because most of them are being sponsored by
Talk to them.
most of them are being sponsored by MSF, which is such a good organization that works very well in the mental health aspect. So let us use these friendly KYPs for our own benefits. Remember, they are free of services. There is no one who's going to charge you. And if anyone is going to stigmatize you on any aspect, let their names be known so that the other good doctors can be brought on this aspect. And one last important thing, love yourself. Remember, happiness comes in you, from your heart. If you can make yourself happy, then everything around you is going to be full of happiness, full of gratitude, full of positivity. Love yourself and always be happy. Thank you very much to all the youth around Mombasa, Kenya, Africa, and the whole world. I wish you a very good World Mental Health Day, and I love you all so much. Take care of yourselves and mentally too. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Once again, I really appreciate my guest today, from Khalid to Madam Betty, for having this positive conversation, talk about mental health and how we can overcome all the obstacles that we undergo in the community and amongst young people. And how we can overcome them and where we can get these services so that we move on with our lives, so that we be the leaders of today and perform the things that we need to perform to improve our economy, to improve in our life. And you young person who is watching this video today, if you are facing any challenges concerning mental health, there are areas that has been mentioned there. You can visit them free of charge. You can seek help before it piles, before it gets into a situation whereby it is very difficult to get help. And you believe that you're going to get sorted out, because it's always starts with you. It starts with you, then it spreads to other people. And from 10 Talk Show, guys, talk here to show you no matter took on the top only, and we'll always give you life-changing stories, always giving back the smile to you, because this smile is very infectious, and if you cut it, mental health, of course, is going to go down.
Yes.
Once again, thank you very much. God bless you. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment and share to other people who want to watch this video.
Love you all.
Yeah, love you all, and thank you very much.
From International and also Khalid from MSF. Thank you very much for your thoughts about mental health. God bless you.
Thanks,
God bless you.
thank you,
Thank
Justice, for Vibe Zero Talk Show, and make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share the video. God bless you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.